So Roger Vincent, co-founder of Bourn. Bourn was founded about a year ago. We saw a gap in the market for growth businesses who face two challenges really. They face challenges in getting paid by their suppliers, and they have a challenge in accessing working capital whilst they're waiting to be paid. So from a product perspective, the customer would typically go to their bank and they would either get one of two products. They'd get an overdraft, doesn't really scale, easy access, but they don't get enough to scale them in the way that they want. Or they get a really complex product, if they're lucky enough, like invoice finance or factoring, that has huge amounts of overheads, really complex to understand, and really puts more of a burden on the business, despite the fact that they get access to the capital they need. So we've launched a new product called the Flexible Trade Account. The Flexible Trade Account is a business account that is connected directly into the business's accounting package and into their existing bank account, pulls all that data in, analyzes whether we can lend to that customer on the basis of their receivables, and then on collection of those funds, we provision bank accounts so that the customer can put them on invoices, the debtors of that business can pay directly into that bank account, and we can collect that money in and remove all of that paper-based manual processes that are quite typical in complex products. And we push all of that back into the accounting package and make it really slick for the customer to get access to the most dynamic working capital facility, hopefully on the market today. So our whole ethos is to be close to the customer, to remain close to the customer. Our business model is ultimately to sell this solution into banks and into lenders as an overdraft upgrade, essentially, or indeed as a new product proposition for non-bank lenders. But the way that we think we can get there is to remain really close to the customer and to onboard our own customers, to finance our own customers first, and spend at least a year refining the business or refining the product for the customer so that we know when we take this into a bank, we've ended up with the best solution possible for the end consumer. In doing that, we can create the most amount of value for the bank when we go and partner with them. So I think our whole ethos is just trying to get that feedback loop this year by having direct relationships with the customer and then tweaking the product, adding new features. It's already deeply integrated with the customer's data. So we plug it into their bank account, we plug it into their accounting software, we plug it into the credit bureau. So we've got a fairly comprehensive view about how that business is operating and also how that business is getting paid by their suppliers. Building that profile allows us to actually tailor the product. It's still just a dynamic credit facility, but that dynamic credit facility is actually driven by the data that we're seeing. If there's more sales going through, we can increase the limit. If there's less sales, we can decrease the limit. If there's alerts on the account, we can actually put a hold on certain features, or we can make certain receivables ineligible. The whole product is built to be highly personalized and highly tailored to that business. And once you're through the door and once you've got that account set up, it will scale with you. You can start at 50 grand and you can scale all the way up to 5 million, you know? So that's a unique proposition that not many banks offer today. We bridge that gap. The FTT Lending event has always kind of been an opportunity to see what vendors are bringing to the market and to obviously have that discussion with potential banks or lenders that they're working with. I think this year is particularly really interesting because you're sort of reaching maturity within the AI space, and a lot of new solutions are coming to market that essentially act as AI infrastructure or AI tools that banks and lenders can use. Now that's great, but it doesn't break down the issue that banks still find it very difficult to procure these tools. You know, you can have a really exciting demo, you can have a really exciting conversation with a bank, but at the end of the day, you're working with an organization that maybe has 100,000 people. So how do you go and sell that solution into a bank if it's a point solution? You know, the room is full of point solutions, which are incredible in their own right, and I'm sure they will make traction over time. We took a different route. We wanted to develop a fully comprehensive new product set and onboard our own customers, and then take that to the bank to say, here's a pre-built end-to-end solution that we can offer to your customers almost under a white label or a co-branded route. And that's very different to vendors that you might see appearing in the AI space or vendors that you might see traditionally targeting banks. We still have all of those tools in our solution, but we offer that up as solving a real problem for the customer rather than solving a problem for the bank.